Hello, my name is Max Ju from UC Riverside. Today, I'm going to talk about my latest research about how third-party sellers can benefit from sponsored product listings on online marketplaces. This is a joint work with Abhishek and Jiaqi from UC Irvine. Sponsored product listings generally refer to product advertisement that looks similar to organic product listings and also blended among other organic product listings in terms of locations. Many online marketplaces like Amazon or Walmart.com claim that these sponsored listings over here will enhance the product visibility relative to the organic listings over here. So they look very similar, but online marketplaces actually claim that they will be beneficial to sellers because of the enhanced visibility. However, the actual performance or the actual benefit of sponsored product listings is an empirical question. It is very unclear. So the literature says it may be or may not be. So in some contexts, like information search contexts, advertising can possibly serve as positive quality signals. However, in sales advertising context, consumers may refuse to conform or may just reluctant to follow the sales advertising because they might infer the advertiser's intentions to overcome their low relevance or low reputation. And in addition to that, such preferences can be even position dependent. So in online marketplaces, organic listings are already in an order of product relevance. So in the top positions or prime positions, products are highly relevant already. And the products in lower positions are less relevant than products in prime positions. And consumers already formulate the expectation of that. So they might have different valuation of sponsored listings relative to organic listings, depending on the positions that the sponsored listings appear to. Therefore, we seek to answer this empirical question using a field experimental data set on Flipkart Mobile, which is the largest online marketplace from India. So it is fairly large scale field experiment because we observed 37,000 product listings and 8,000 unique products. And we applied the experimental manipulations in both ad exposures and ad positions. So in order to experimentally manipulate the ad exposure and ad position, we randomly assign each consumer to one of the 5 conditions. So first, the consumer is assigned to either ad condition versus no ad condition. In ad condition, there are some sponsored listings in the search results and some organic listings in the search results. However, in no ad conditions, products that appear as sponsored listings also appear as organic listings. So in no ad condition, everything appear as organic listings. And if a consumer is assigned to ad condition, the consumer is further randomly assigned to 4 out of 4 random sequences of advertising. So each bucket of predetermined sequences have different locations of advertising in the search results. Therefore, from a certain product's perspective, the sponsored listings are pseudo-randomized among other organic listings. So by randomizing the ad position and ad exposure, we can actually identify marginal advertising effects and marginal ad position effects separately. And we observe some products that only appear as organic listings and some products that only appear as sponsored listings. And there are products that appeared as sponsored listings and organic listings. So in order to avoid any confounds coming from the advertising and non-advertising decisions from the sellers, we dropped the observations that are only in organic listings and that are only in sponsored listings. So we focus on the same set of products with and without the ad sign on the listings. So by doing that, again, we can avoid any confounds coming from the advertisers' opt-in decision as advertiser. But we dropped some of these products that appeared as only organic or only sponsored, we can view the results that we found as average treatment effects on the created sample instead of average treatment effects. So we fit the two different logic models for click-through tendency and conversion tendency. And our model parameter estimates showed a little bit different results than what Amazon claims. So what we found is that in the prime positions, especially in top 25 positions, advertising negatively influences click-through tendency. So as you can see here, the dashed line stands for the organic position values, and the solid line stands for the position-specific advertising facts and their 95% confidence intervals. And the top 25 positions, the sponsored listings are lower than organic listings, and 95% confidence intervals exclude organic listings values. So that means in prime positions, actually consumers avoid to click sponsored listings than organic listings. And in lower positions, actually the negative advertising facts are attenuated to zero. So all 95% confidence intervals in lower positions of position-specific advertising fact actually include the position values of organic listings. And conversion tendency shows a similar pattern, but a little bit weaker than that. So in conversion, we can find that in top 10 positions over here, the advertising actually negatively influences the conversion tendency relative to organic listings. And similar to click-through tendency, the organic listings and sponsored listings are indistinguishable in lower positions. So this may be because consumers formulate the expectation that organic listings in top positions and prime positions are more relevant, and they intentionally avoid to click sponsored listings because they infer the seller's intentions to overcome their inherent low relevance of the product. So the results that we found here would lead to another question. So is sponsored listing always bad for the seller's performance? And the answer is no again. So the reason is that, well, actually the answer is yes for the specific position, given position. And especially in the prime position, and we compare between sponsored listings versus organic listing for the same product, then the answer is yes, they would be worse off by sponsored listings. However, if your product appears as in lower position as organic listing, and if advertising possibly shifts your product upwards to better position or to prime position, and then there is possibility that you can benefit from sponsored listings. So we calculated expected click lift between organic listings and the sponsored listings given a specific position shift. And we also calculate the conversion lift as well. So this shows that if sponsored listings can shift up your product in organic listings by more than 20 positions, and then you can expect that your click-through tendency would increase by sponsored listings relative to organic listings. And in conversion tendency, we found that if sponsored listings would shift up your product in organic listings by more than 35 positions, and then you can expect higher conversion rate than organic listings. The per click return on investment is a little bit more complicated because there would be an issue with the price and advertising cost. So given the advertising cost that Flipkart charges, which is 1 rupee per click, then we found that in lower prices, they don't really financially benefit from organic sponsored listings. This is mainly because the expected revenue by low prices would not offset the per-click advertising costs. However, for the products with high prices, like 1,000 rupees to 40,000, 10,000 rupees to 40,000 rupees, the sellers can benefit from sponsored listings when they expect the conversion, positive conversion lift by position shifts. So with 35 or up position shifts, the seller can expect the positive ROI of sponsored listings. So this research offers the first evidence that consumers may avoid sponsored listings, especially in prime positions. And consumers do not distinguish between sponsored listings and organic listings, especially in lower positions. So this tells that sellers should not form naive expectations according to the platform's claim that sponsored listings are just helpful. So this is because the advertising sign might hinder at the prime position, but there may be potential relocation of the advertising. So a seller can consider the advertising as beneficial if it guarantees potential upward position shifts, at least 20 for click-through and 35 for conversion. Return on investment actually depends on both expected organic positions and expected position shifts. So sellers need to make their advertising decisions based on the organic positions and the potential position shifts by the advertising decisions. So we believe that it offers rare empirical evidence to guide sellers' advertising decisions. And thanks very much for your attention. And if you have any questions and comments, please reach out to me at my email address. Thank you very much.